The shit that we say when we go live is so dumb. Me too. We need to work on that.
Okay.
No, I mean like what's a good way to everybody always has like a hello trolls, whatever, and assholes and lurkers and all that. But I think that's kind of cheesy when people have a script that they open with.
We were always messing around trying to get the lighting right.
I think it's okay.
You don't have the light on at all. It looks good. It's because of those lights back there.
Okay.
Go dogs.
Get on your game, dude.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. We do that every time, don't we?
I do it every time.
No, but I mean, like, we have this, like, we've never done it before. Anyways, guys.
Hey, Karen. Hey, Whiplash.
Polska's here. So Georgia won. It's a happy day for us.
I'm so happy.
He would have still been on, but he would have been a little bit grouchy.
I got a Georgia hat on, but I needed to change my shirt because Georgia, it's like a superstition. Georgia and Alabama in the national championship.
But what's the superstition?
I just take it off after the game. I take everything off.
You take it all off and run naked down the street?
Well, I have my wristbands on, so I'm not completely naked.
He does say that. When he would walk around the apartment, like, in the nude, and I would be like, you're naked. He'd be like, no, I've got wristbands and contacts in my eyes.
And I'm never completely naked because I have tattoos.
And I was like, for a second, I sat there and went, I guess that's true. I can't ever, I'm just making sure I see everybody.
So I know that she looks fabulous, but then when I see her on screen, she looks great. You look great tonight.
Thank you.
You do.
I'm making myself leave my hair down, even though.
It's getting longer.
Yeah, I could flip the whole thing over like this.
How are you on tonight?
Already getting into drama. Let me not do that. How are you?
Well, one comment was already part of the drama. The drama going on.
Was it pro or against the lovebirds?
It said boiler up.
That was not. That was about the other one. Thank you, Whiplash. Y'all are so sweet. Hey, Janine, right?
Yeah. You can do.
Well,
So
I gotta get some glasses.
we both work today,
Thank you.
but it's New Year's Eve. We're both off tomorrow, so we've got the Red Bull, and we're gonna hang out with y'all for a little bit.
This is good. This time it's a Starbucks cup with Milo's iced tea.
So anyway, we'll get it out of the way. Georgia won. You just heard me say it. Alabama won. So now for I think they showed Nick Saban, Alabama's head coach, and he's like 7-0 or something against Georgia or something crazy like that. Like Mandi asked me the other day, they says, why can Georgia beat everybody but can't beat Alabama?
Sorry, I know that's distracting.
Is it like a mental thing? That they beat everybody but not Alabama?
I think,
because they don't just have close games. They really beat everybody, badly.
You know my theory on that. I think, and this is going to draw controversy, that the NFL and probably to a certain extent also college, I think the games are thrown. I think for money and different things like that, I think, hey, toddy. I think that Sean doesn't believe me, but I think that there's enough money involved that I could see it kind of being fixed.
Okay, so
do they have?
But it doesn't make sense to say that Georgia can never beat Alabama because it's fixed. You'd think they'd want to create a rivalry,
Yeah, no, but I mean more NFL than college.
Maybe, but so the bottom line is, as a Georgia fan, and every Georgia fan that's out there, we get another shot at Alabama. We get another shot in the national championship game.
And I think that we'll definitely do it, right?
Do you think that? I mean, so seriously, you've been with me for a couple football seasons now. You've seen Georgia, and Georgia's good. You've seen us. We run into Alabama and we get drubbed. Honestly. So on the 10th, in 10 days, a week from Monday, they get to play. What's your feel about that? I
think they're gonna win this year.
You think Georgia will win it this time?
I think that they're probably pumped up enough about the win today that I think they probably kind of self-sabotage to an extent because it's been so long since they beat Alabama. I don't think that they
needed a loss.
They're every bit as good, or if not better, but like I think the win today will be the push they need to look more like sportscasters, to really be on the thing. And the other thing is, it's all about the color of the uniforms.
But
And
when
the red and the black is very vivid.
but you
like
liked
that.
Michigan's
I
uniform.
did like Michigan's uniforms.
She liked the
I did.
the
Oh,
blue
hey,
and
oh, hail.
gold.
Do you think Georgia will win? Let's just, if Georgia won in the same, well, it's not really the same year as the World Series, but more or less,
Same season.
Sean, he always says, you know, if so-and-so happens, he'll run down the street completely naked.
But I'll never be completely naked because I have the.
The silliest thing, and I do literally crack up about that every time. Hey, let it go. So we have, this is my New Year's backdrop. You can't really see the top of it because
It's Karen but naked.
he always says that, I'm gonna run naked through the streets. And I'm like, okay, babe. But he's not naked. He's got contacts and wristbands on.
But see, it's been a jinx. You know, if you're a Georgia fan, like the state of Georgia with the Braves and the Falcons, remember the Falcons and the Patriots in the Super Bowl? For years and years, for like the last
Oh,
25 years, there's been a jinx. Like we have good teams, but we make it to the finals and then we lose. The Braves kind of shattered those jinxes when they won the World Series.
They did.
It feels different now. Because
Yeah,
there's
I
a
think that's
championship.
true.
You know,
I think that's absolutely true.
you know, in the state of Georgia or in the city of Atlanta, there was always this jinx, like we're not meant to win. Like we can have a good team, but we're not meant to win. The Braves won the World Series, and they weren't even the favorites either. That was the thing. They were like the fifth seed or something like that. And so
I told you they were gonna win.
yeah, you were right. And what the general manager did a great job at the deadline. But anyway,
Thank you, Karen.
so now that they hoisted that trophy, it kind of just feels different. Like the jinx is over. Like we can win championships in this state. So Georgia was really good this year.
A couple of things. The Music City Bowl, Purdue won this. I think I already told you that. You knew that though. We have
Purdue beat Tennessee.
college conference basketball is starting. Whiplash is moving on to basketball.
Good. That's good.
Thank you guys. And
Who do you like, Whiplash?
Jana forgot that the Cotton Bowl was today, and now know why we were in so much traffic in Frisco.
Oh.
That's kind of
The
funny.
Cotton Bowl? I thought the Cotton Bowl was like in Texas somewhere. I thought.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't know. I have no idea. Possibly.
Oh, Frisco, Texas. That's what it is, yeah. So basketball, who y'all got? I'm a North Carolina. I like University of North Carolina. So I'm a Tar Heel guy when it comes to basketball.
He got cards today. I put that on Twitter.
Whiplash, boiler up. Do you know my grandfather went to Purdue? You know my mom's dad,
I didn't know that.
Grandpa Mo. He was a Purdue guy.
Oh, that was Mo. I like
Lake-
the stories about Mo.
What about Lake George, Indiana? You know where it is? Because we used to go there on vacation. I'm not sure what it's near.
Arlington. Okay.
So
Hey, virtual. Happy New Year. I wish you nothing but the best. Your kitty
Yay.
cats too. Thank you.
thank you.
Our animals don't pay much attention to the fireworks, but I think tonight it might have spooked Sawyer a little bit.
He didn't want to get in the car with me. I went to the store real quick before everything closed for my bride to get her stuff. Because in the morning, there's going to be a lot of stuff not open. So got her what she needs so we can sleep in. And he didn't want to go with me.
He didn't want to go.
It's very dark and foggy, and there's a lot of fireworks. Oh, hell says OU. Well, I'm an Atlanta Hawks fan, and Trae Young came from OU, and we love that dude. He's something else.
Did you like that Luca figurine that I sent you the picture of? Because I thought you really like him. Come here,
I
baby.
almost got that a couple of times. They
did
they
you?
have one in Dawsonville.
Sawyer would like to let you know that this is his squeaker from his stuffed animal he destroyed last night. I'm actually about to take it from him. It's too small. But he says that y'all listened to him chew up his toy last night, and tonight you get to watch him chew up the squeaker. But isn't it too small? Won't he choke on it?
He tears them out of everything though. So
No,
far
but
he
he's
hasn't.
not gonna. Is it like a baby? You gotta be careful; they'll get choked.
But the squeaker is still inside a little bag.
Oh,
He has
okay.
to.
He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah. My grandpa. Yeah, I'd mentioned it before. Lake George. Yeah.
I love the most stories, Sean.
She said Lake George. I think that is way up on the Michigan state line. All I remember about Lake George is in the 70s when I was just a wee lad. We used to go to Lake George when we lived in upstate New York. We would drive out to Lake George.
Yeah, I am. Let it go. I'm about to take it from him.
What, this?
No, the squeaker.
Oh, I thought she could take this from him.
He's like, damn. Uh-oh. Come here, baby. He's not gonna, I want to take it from him, but he's probably gonna fight me on it.
Yeah, he's fighting you.
If it had been Lily, I would have lost a hand already.
Yeah,
trying
Lily
to take
would've.
something
Or
out of
Molly.
Yeah, Molly or Lily would have. First round basketball, the young Trey Young, same year round for football was Kyle.
Kyler Murray, little Kevin Hart quarterback.
I think he looks like a little Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
But when he said it on his football forum, they all said he was racist. And I don't really think it's racist at all. But the nicknames you come up with for things are like really good.
So thank you. The residual for me living in Texas is I'm a Dallas Mavericks fan. I like the Dallas Mavericks because I like Luka
Luka Doncic.
and Boban.
Yes. I was in central Indiana, but I was born up. I've actually never really spent much time in New England. I know Chicago's not there, it's different, but I want to see Chicago.
We can go.
You want to go to see Chicago? Should we go tonight?
We'll drive tonight.
Yeah, it's been,
I've got 19 hours off. We can go.
he's got 19 hours off because he, you hear the fireworks?
Yeah, you can hear him. Look at Sawyer.
I'm trying to remember one of the things that I was going to explain as we get going here, but I can't remember.
Is it drama related?
No. Screw that hoe. No, it was,
I'm trying to help you. What is it?
I don't know. It'll come back to me. It was, I think part of it, I was gonna ask do people leave their Christmas trees up till New Year's? Does anybody leave it up longer? Because it's looking like if I don't get on it pretty soon, it's gonna be up till next year.
Well, you leave it up at least to New Year's.
Yeah, no, I know that, but what if you leave it up longer?
Some people around here leave it up till July. But you can't do that.
It says as long as you're not a Texas University fan in football, you'll be fine. No, I don't. I
kind of like UT, but not really,
No.
because they're coming to the SEC with Oklahoma,
Hey Presley, I'm happy to
and
be
that's
here.
Georgia. So you can't be a Georgia fan and then have another team in the same conference. So it's going to be Georgia.
Yeah, it probably will. And then you'll have to. Do you hear that?
I hear it.
Here you go.
You're tired, dear, aren't you?
I'm tired, but I want to remember what I was going to say. We're both tired. I mean,
Red
I'll drink some of that. No, because I had a thing. I was like, okay, I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about that. And then I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot, but I'm going to, it'll come to me. It's hard. Fridays are always difficult at my work. My client gets a little bit antsy and she doesn't know why, but she's stressed because on the weekends, her daughters do come by and stuff, but she doesn't have my help. And
That's why.
And then she gets she gets miffed. And it's one of those things, I didn't tell you this, but you'll think it's funny. It's one of those things, and I came up with this analogy myself. She gets in these moods where I could literally strike oil on her property and she'd bitch at me for digging in the yard. Like that's what.
I think it's because she's attached to you and she knows, and we've discussed this, that on Friday you have the weekends off and you come home, and I think she doesn't like that. So she drives a little wedge, I think.
Maybe.
So this is pretty good. This is the winter.
Oh my God.
Pomegranate
I'd
is
try
Red
it.
Bull. Try that.
If I
It's
was
good.
still drinking vodka, that would probably go beautifully with it.
It'd be any flavor would do.
But anyway, that happens with her. But I'm always learning different ways I call it redirect, diffuse and redirect. Which if I write a book, like legit write a book about caregivers and dementia and things like that, that's what I'm going to say.
Hale says, I'm a gerontologist.
Really?
And I've worked with elderly and completely understand.
Yeah.
This one right here works with dementia patients, and has developed quite a reputation around town already as being good. And it's amazing.
Yeah,
She's amazing.
It really is. I mean, when people say, I don't know how you do it, and for me, it comes pretty natural. I can just, I hear the same story 15 times in a day, I treat every time like it's already hasn't been told to me. Makes it a lot easier, and it makes them feel more comfortable.
There's certain days where you come home and I can tell though,
Yeah.
like,
Well, and
it's taken a lot out of her.
I never
You
ever
know.
say you forgot. Like today, she was upset because I bought lunch meat. Well, she'll go through 3 family size of lunch meat with the dogs and herself.
She feeds the dogs at lunch.
Yeah, because they won't come inside unless she bribes them. So anyway, I was like, when she said, it's a long story. I go to Walmart on Fridays. I remind her that that's where I'm going, so that when I'm not there at exactly 8:30, she knows why. And then today I tried to call her twice, doing what I always do, but I guess I was calling her cell phone. So I get there and woo!
She's mad.
She was mad. That's why
But you're doing the right thing,
oh my
though.
gosh. Yeah. So I said,
You're getting my cards.
I was like, I was just getting the things that you need from the store. I'm sorry that I called the wrong number, but that's that. And then as she continued to escalate and whatever, I went, I'm not going to do this right now. And
That's
she
what
was
you
like,
said?
yeah. And she goes, me either. And turned around and stomped into her bedroom. Sure
See,
enough,
that's more like
10 minutes later, she's good to go.
But see, that interaction right there is more like of a friendship or like
Right.
it's a relationship more than just, yeah. That's
And usually
something
she'll have figured out, like when we're having the conversation, that the lunch meat gets bought every time I go to the store, even though she says she doesn't ever get it, she doesn't want it. So, the obvious thing a lot of people would say, you just forgot. You knew that I buy it you just forgot.
don't say that.
But as she starts, when we're having this conversation, I'm like, I was at Walmart getting the stuff. I tried to call. I'm sorry that I called the wrong number. And I could tell, she wanted to go. I figured out that most of the time she's realized, her pride, she lets it down enough that if I give her kind of okay, later, she wants to go.
I think she's spoiled.
She realizes that,
I think she's a spoiled, bougie rich chick, and I think she's pouting. I think that she
yes, whiplash.
wants to be part of it, and she's pouting when this
Yeah.
happens. When Friday comes around and it's time for you to leave for the weekend,
Karen.
she's pouting. So she's got to start like a little
Okay.
conflict.
Karen said, wait, is that why you're always so patient with my long stories and texts? That's funny. No, you are, when you send me the updates on what's going on, you are so detailed. She wasn't feeling well for a pretty good while.
What how's that RV life?
Yeah, they're gonna take a trip here and, well, I think they are on a trip right now, but, y'all have to pack it away for the winter, right?
Oh my gosh.
My mother would do. I remember you said let it go, that your mom had that too. It's heartbreaking, and this is what I always tell the family when they're like, it seems like it's progressed, and it's like, yeah, I've noticed, that it's, and they're like, well, it's just part of the process, and I'm like, it's really easy for me to come into the picture and be of assistance. I didn't know the person before this happened. I just know this person. It's a lot easier for me to come in and be sad, but kind of assimilate. When the children, be grown or whatever, say, they try to say this is just the process. And I'm like, knowing that it's part of the process and watching it in your parent is 2 different things.
Oh yeah, because they've been
It's
around
too-
her their whole lives.
Right. I can come in and be like, oh, this is, yeah, and because it's what I do. But when people try to not give themselves enough grace to understand, it's heartbreaking when your parent or whoever, a loved one, starts losing their memory.
Yeah.
So that was kind of a long-winded story, but
I think I need to get a pedicure, like not tomorrow because everything's closed, but like next Saturday.
Karen says it sucks just waiting for our new house, counting down the days, Sean. And your new house is beautiful. The other day, did I tell you that twice the whole RV shook, and they think it might have been a bear.
Theirs?
Yeah, I forgot to tell you
Oh
that.
my God.
She goes, I didn't sleep very, yes, patience is the key. She's like, I didn't sleep very well. She goes, last night twice, the RV jolted. And I was like, okay. And then she goes, I was like, wait a minute, you mean like literally? And, and she said, yeah. And I was concerned. And then she said, they said it might be a bear. She would put guilt trips on us if we were 5 minutes getting to her house. And I was working and racing to get to her house. Exactly. You know what? That is so the case. It's sad because sometimes she'll be upset with her daughters and say her daughters don't visit her. And they literally are there almost every day.
Yeah.
But you can't.
The one that I was telling when I was over there taking the furniture to mom and dad, I was explaining how she was driving the car, and like how she was driving the car around the property and smacking it into things, because she was freaking out because her dogs were lost.
She thought
but
they
the
were.
dogs were there the whole time. She just didn't realize it, so she freaked out and got in the car. And that's another thing that you say you can never do is say they were there the whole time. You just
Right.
You got to
Well,
give
her
them.
son will. Her son will
Yeah.
go do it. But let me tell you, she's got a fully loaded 2018 Toyota Highlander. All of the bells and whistles, because
Did y'all hear that?
that might have been
And
right
did
in
y'all
our
hear
front
that?
yard.
Can you hear that on the thing? Because that was pretty loud.
Did it scare you? Did it startle you?
I thought something like someone hit the door with something for a minute.
Okay.
Did they hear that? Did you guys hear that on the live stream? The firework, because it's like right out there.
That was yeah, they heard it, Jane. It sounds like it
Like-
landed right in our front yard.
Well, Sawyer's on it now.
Your dad has a hard time with fireworks.
Yeah, well, he has a hard time because the guy that lives behind them fires his AR off all the time.
Hey, Megan, and because of just both you and he have
Yeah,
Have-
I mean, I used to get really freaked out with it, but not so much anymore.
not so much anymore. That was loud, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's like right outside the door.
It literally sounds like it's right there. The animals are fine. They're sitting at the door waiting for the light show.
Soy Brown is on
Hold
guard
on.
duty now, so.
Let me show you. They are literally like, let's get this show on the road. I want to see Roman candles. I want to see.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm glad they don't get scared.
Where's Ellie? Ellie, did she go back out?
No,
She's in here somewhere.
She's probably
Normally
hiding from
she'd
the
be
little
right at the door.
But so anyway, she's bumped into all kinds of things on the property. So right now it's looking rough. They just take it in and fix it like every 6 months or so, fix what's happened to it. And she only drives on the property. She knows she can't go off the property. It's still dangerous and still whatever, and she's still there. But
I just think she hasn't made it off the property yet.
I think, I don't know.
Because they're back. I went out there with you the one night, and it's a good mile, like 3/4 of a mile off the road.
It's
back
beautiful
onto
there
their property.
too.
Yeah.
I asked her, I was like, if I ever wanted to like walk a little bit in the mornings, and she goes, oh yeah. And I was like, that would be a good place to do it. You know what I mean?
We still need to fish there. So they're talking about they have a fully stocked pond that they built, and it hasn't been fished in, what do you say, like 10 years or something?
Something like that.
So it needs to be fished because there's
You like
catfish
that?
in it, and the catfish are so big that they're eating the rest of the species.
Yeah.
And and my thing was like, well, I'll go fish it. I'll go catch big catfish, but it's not like I would keep them. So I'd just be catching them and then releasing them. So it's really not doing it any good. We would have to like catch them and put them into some big and then relocate.
Because Sean's so confident with his fishing skills that he thinks he's going to clean the whole pond out in one
I
fishing trip.
mean, the fish fear me. If
Right.
if it swims, it does not. I mean, one of the things fish learn at a very young age is to fear me, because if it swims, it's in trouble.
Oh my gosh, that's his little ego, as it was said. He's
Pretty
got
good
a
fisherman.
big ego. Let's correct that right now. He has a big ego.
I've got a
And well, he
great,
should.
big, huge ego.
He's got a huge one. I like
Catfish is
catfish
good.
too, but the thing is Sean said it's better when they're younger because they haven't eaten all the crap.
Yeah,
right?
the best catfish, like if you're gonna eat a channel catfish eat what's on the bottom. So when they're little, like 9 to 12 inches long, when they're like a year or two old, that's the best eating because the meat's fresh. When they get older and bigger, They have a lot of fat on them, and they have a lot of scar tissue and stuff, so they're not as good. Also, when they get really, really big, that's when they're the baby makers. So if you catch a real big one, you should take the pictures of them and let them go, so they can reproduce.
They said you should, O'Hale says you need to do it. It's not right leaving the fish in there like that. I guess because they eat the smaller fish.
Well, I mean, it's natural selection, but I think that he said that the one species has one out, so it's eating everything else.
And y'all, ladies,
They would have to, I think they would have to bring, like minnows, they'd have to stock it every year to sustain what's in there. And they'd have to have someone bring the minnows, so.
I need everyone in the chat to stroke Sean's ego right now. You don't even know why I'm saying that.
Go dogs.
He desperately needs it. So,
Here, baby.
go ahead and do it because that's what it's all about. You can probably figure out where that came from. But yeah, so we can go. They have a boathouse and we've talked about that. We're probably being,
It's
a boathouse.
It's crazy,
They've got all
their
kinds of
property,
things.
Anyway,
Catfish, yuck. I love shellfish, and it's way too hard to get shellfish in Oklahoma. Oh, I can imagine. One time, y'all remember when we were gonna go camping and we got all that stuff to go camping, and we still have some of it we got rid of. I put a post saying, Sean thinks he's gonna catch fish and we're gonna eat it, and I told him,
listen to this.
hopefully they have mahi because that's the only fish I like.
The two things you
in
said,
the lake.
mahi and salmon, didn't you say salmon or something like that?
And do you know that the only person that was brave enough to say, Mandi, that's
There's
not,
no mahi,
was
mahi
Karen.
Yeah.
She's like, look, I'm not trying to. The other day I put a picture of a full body leather suit with a zipper at Goodwill when we were there. And I said, man, I cannot remember who said they needed one of these. Hit me up in my DMs if that was you. And one person was like, it's at Goodwill. And I was like, yeah, nobody else commented. I think they thought I was serious. But I did. I was like.
That where the assless chaps were too?
Yeah, that was at the other one. There's also one called No Longer Bound that does the same things, takes donations and resells it. And what they make benefits rehabs and addicts in recovery. So that's where all
It's
of our
good
furniture
stuff too. Like
our furniture's from.
we owe them a virtual tour at some point. But oh hell no says catfish yuck. I love shellfish. I'm with you. After spending, half a dozen years living on the North Carolina coast, I'm so spoiled when it comes to seafood because, yes, I mean I'm like that too. Once you've eaten like saltwater seafood, it's really just so much better than freshwater.
Are you gonna surf fish when we go to the family reunion?
I'm gonna put together the deep sea fishing trip. We have a family reunion in the end of June in the Outer Banks. So all my mom's side is
All we
gonna
have
be
to do
there.
is give the address and y'all can.
Yeah, you guys control it. You can send CPS to it. But so far, all the trolls are like, all right, they're going Outer Banks. Get on it, guys.
We're very excited.
Yeah.
I was laughing. I said, when the curlies roll up, we are a bunch of different people, but we're all honest and raw. I said, we're gonna come rolling out of like a 15-seater van going screaming at each other and
fighting,
and they'll be like, the curlies are here.
Yeah, they're here. I mean,
just so
one of my daughters, half the family will come out with the smoke billowing, and then, but yeah, someone said the Corps of Engineers. I think the law is the Corps of Engineers or whoever, the fisheries, whatever, they will stock your pond for you for free, but you have to make it open to the public if they stock it for you.
And they're not.
Right, yeah, you could pay how much ever thousands and they could afford it to have someone come, you can buy the fish and they can stock it, but that's the rule. If they'll stock it for free, but you have to allow people to come on their property, and I don't think that they'd be down with that.
No, one of the things that I have discovered from working here is that there is nothing that you can't have done if you have money.
Right.
They
Or
have people
everything's for sale.
They pick, someone comes and picks up the limbs and takes them to the altar. Some pest control knocks the cobwebs out on the front porch and treats everything.
The Joju spiders, you guys know the Joju spiders, what are they called?
The ones that
Yeah,
I haven't seen those, but and what's funny is usually, my lady is I'm there, so I'm gonna answer the door and whatever, and she's fine with that. A lot of times they think it's my house, like I'm living in this completely like antique style house or whatever, and I'm like, oh, it's not my house. Sawyer, sweetie, come play with it over here. You're about to pull all the stuff down. But yeah, it's funny because I'll open the door and it's kind of dark. She likes to keep the lights down low or whatever. So I come and creep out and open the door and they're like, oh, I'm just here, whatever. And we want to make sure your house doesn't have termites or what have you. And I'm like,
Are you the lady of the house?
and I was like, this is not my residence,
But what's the other thing, like when you guys are out, you're not her caregiver, you're the house manager or something like that?
I'm the
Personal assistant or
household
whatever?
manager.
The household manager.
That's what I am, yeah.
To give you're 87 years old and have a lot of money, you don't want a caregiver, you want a household manager or a personal assistant.
It says, my uncle was one
What's he doing?
he keeps bringing it back over
Here,
here.
he should bring it to me.
No, he's gonna pull all this over. He keeps chewing on it and getting in the cords or whatever.
Well, Scout's chewing up he likes your.
Yes,
your
there's someone that
shoe.
will pick up the, can you please get him out
What's
of
the
there?
matter?
He
He's not
needs
doing
to,
anything.
well, he's gonna pull the cords. That's what he's trying to do is
Okay.
get our attention. So he's doing it right there. There we go. I just don't want him to hurt himself.
Go over
They
there and
do
get it.
clean it. You're right. You can buy
there and
someone to
get it.
clean up your backyard or anything that you want. So, anyways, that's my week in a nutshell on any given day or whatever.
He's persistent though.
That's what I'm saying. He wants to be like in it because he knows. I think he knows that whatever we're doing is taking attention away from him. So, there he is. He's cute.
He wants attention.
I know. Y'all don't let us forget when it's New Year's. We'll forget, and then our whole stream will be for naught. We're working through the tiredness to.
You're tired.
Well,
It's
I
hard to-
promised I would. I know. I think you're tired. He's tired too, but he's hanging in.
Georgia won, and I'm drinking a Red Bull, so I'm good to go.
Yeah. Come here, baby. Though you're gonna be up all night after the Red Bull. You know
It's
what I
okay.
mean?
We don't have to work tomorrow.
I know.
We're not gonna do Waffle House tomorrow, are we?
No, I can only do that every once in a while.
We used to go to Waffle House on Saturday mornings,
Thank you
but
guys. Hey Presley.
she can't do it every day.
Oh, and
or every week.
we're mailing Graceland off tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll pack it up.
Well, not tomorrow. Nothing's open.
Oh, that's right. It's the 1st, and we'll do it on Monday. Presley will do it on Monday. You're gonna be excited when it comes. I'm so happy. Like it's perfect for you to have it.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna bring the little car over so she can see it.
I think you showed it, but you can.
See the car?
Yes.
What are you doing?
The car was actually a Christmas ornament, but I turned it into the front of, to put it in front of the little model. They probably saw it on Twitter.
They might have.
Drinking a beer and watching for the New Year's with my boys. That's so awesome.
This is the car that goes in front of it. Right there. And then this is the little control panel that lights up the house and everything, so you can, and plays the music, this
The
little
little
control panel
remote.
go with it.
Yeah. The little remote is what controls it all. You'll love it, Presley. You'll appreciate it. The little pink Cadillac. It's probably not the same year as the one that he bought his mother, but it's still like it's the perfect size. And I don't like by chance I found one that that fit it. So I'm excited. I've hauled it around with me. I put it out just because we have it. I don't appreciate it. I don't even really light it up or play the music. You would love it. So anyways,
Oh, here's the coconut chocolates that you found.
let's see.
Anyone else doing a live stream tonight that we know of? Or the caramel?
Oh, those are okay. I was trying to see what Someone was trying to type. We didn't see him in the thing. That's okay. No,
I wonder why though.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, just leave it be.
Okay.
Thank you. We're like, I can't tell you the last time I've stayed up till midnight for New Year's. It's been a really long time.
You're hanging in there.
I know. He's eating his, what are you eating?
It was chocolate with caramel.
Oh. The fireworks keep like,
Yeah, that's gonna be the other thing is that,
well, it's, the animals are starting to,
hey, Mayor's daughter, Chad, Happy New Year's to both of you.
hey, Mayor's daughter.
How's Kentucky? How's the weather? Y'all get all that rain? It's kinda like a band that went up there the last couple nights. It was,
Thank you, Ricky.
we got like, I guess 1 o'clock and two nights ago, about 1 o'clock in the morning, it was like crazy. Ellie goes out at night, the calico, and I woke up at about 1. It's just coming down. You can hear it, thunder and lightning. I go to the door and she's at the front door like, let me in.
She gets really, she gets annoyed. She's like, well, and I think the kitten drives are crazy. That's part of it. The kitten drives are crazy, and so she wants to get out. But he's just a little boy cat. He has a lot of energy, and he's trying to see who he can assert dominance over. So far, the only person that John doesn't let him do whatever he wants. But he treats me like a punk, that little thing does. Last few years, my oldest son and I do charcoal mask at midnight. Oh, how cool is that? How fun.
Like, so I know that we have people that are like from Texas, so they're an hour later.
Earlier.
Well, that's what I mean. So
Yeah.
it'll be 1 o'clock in the morning here when they do.
That's very true. And
Yo.
Karen is so far behind that
Yeah, it's
we'll
only
long
like,
since have gone to bed by the time she.
it'd be 9 o'clock there.
Yeah.
But what I do notice that, and I forget that
What are you doing, baby?
where we are, I tend to think because we're in America, like we're the main time zone, but that's not true. Because like I have a buddy that was in the military, and so in Asia, or like the far, like the Philippines and stuff. What is that? Not Southwest Asia.
Is it like
but
Micronesia?
They had their New Year's like 12 hours ago.
Oh, okay.
You
They've
know,
already celebrated.
yeah, exactly.
Rest of my family is already in bed. I'm getting ready. Yeah, that's why I'm like, we're gonna make it till midnight, and I don't even think
Australia, they've had theirs already.
we didn't make it till midnight even last time.
we never
or
did.
Whatever. No, we will today though, because we said we were gonna be here.
We're gonna try.
It's got to be like the neighbor setting off
Yeah.
the fireworks.
Pretty close, because there's not a whole lot of people around where we are. We've got our street, there's like 8 houses on our street and really nothing around until you get down like the river. The Etowah River's like a half a mile, and then they have a kind of a bougie subdivision down there. But right where we are, it's kind of nothing. It's kind of like one street that goes off the main street, and there's just a handful of houses, and that's it.
Is that's not where the naked people are, is it?
No, the naked people are, that's, I'm not gonna say the address, but we have a nudist colony here in town,
Yeah.
and we call them the naked people.
Oh my gosh, and they love being known as the people that
Yeah.
are from that.
When they walk around, they'll let you know, it's like, we're from, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you look at them, it's like, no one's trying to see you naked, man.
Oh my gosh.
It's
Whiplash says they usually do an annual party, but hubby has COVID. He's getting better though. Thank God for that. Are they testing for which variant it is, or are they just treating it the same? I mean, I know we all talked about that it comes up positive if it's any sort, depending, it doesn't matter what the variant is, but do they standardly test which variant it is?
Who's they? Where they are?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, no, I mean just in general, like when you come down positive for it, do you think they figure out which variant it is?
I don't know. Alls I know is I personally don't think, how do I say this without offending some people? There's a surge, but I think it's been this way, and I just think more people are getting tested. You can get tested. 2 years ago, you didn't know unless you went to the hospital for something, and then they tested you. Then they came out with the test sites, like the Good Shepherd Hospital over here, the volunteer hospital in town. They're like they just have a line out the door. They're just testing people all day, and they're doing it for free.
Here's an interesting story. I know this lady who, she's in my group. We'll just call it that, my group. And we went out to eat, and she was talking. She said in 2018, she got really sick, and so did her adopted son. And they admitted him because she couldn't breathe. And anyway, they ended up putting her in like a hyperbaric thing or whatever. But she says, and she swears, that when on her paperwork it says that the diagnosis was coronavirus. That it literally says that.
Like way before it was
right.
like.
So my question is coronavirus been a known virus? It's just COVID is what this particular thing is called.
Well,
did they know what coronavirus was?
Yeah, well, corona, they call it that just based on the shape of the
Oh, I'm sorry,
of
Jim.
the cell or whatever.
Okay, so the
they have
coronavirus has been around.
They've had it, yeah. It's been around, but it hasn't been like rampant, like
Yeah.
it has happened. But yeah, there was such a thing.
Okay.
And that's
Well,
why
that's
they
what she
call it,
says.
and that's why they call it like COVID-19, because it's like the 19th something like that.
Okay, that makes sense. And then it had to learn to mutate to go from person to person.
Yeah, for whatever reasons, maybe someone in here is smart enough to explain it. For whatever reason,
Destiny.
it when we had the outbreak, it was because of the certain circumstances where, where it was super contagious. But
Oh, whiplash. They vaccinated their cattle for corona for years.
yeah, so the actual
Happy
coronavirus
New
per
Year,
se is been around, but the COVID-19 version of it is the one that took off and infected like mankind.
Okay. Whiplash said
So-
he had the antibody infusion. It helped.
Yeah, this is just the 19th strain, yeah.
Okay.
Of it.
So it could have legit said coronavirus on the discharge.
And it could have been whatever Corona 17 or whatever that they had.
Okay. That makes
but-
sense. Now I gotcha. Alfred Hitchcock, what the hell are you doing here, buddy? Because there were so many different coronaviruses, dummy. Oh, is that Tam Tam?
Tam.
Dummy? Shit.
Come on, dummy.
Shit. But anyways, I'm gonna let the mods take care of you. But that's was amazing to me. But she acted like it was some big conspiracy that they hid it. But it doesn't sound like it. It sounds like it just happened to be SARS. She said it said coronavirus SARS. Something like
Well,
that.
SARS is different though, but that was also that was supposed to be,
Oh, Gigi, okay.
SARS had the potential to be what COVID ended up being when the SARS happened years ago.
I think
They thought that it could have happened like COVID did.
Okay. Okay, Karen, we'll do it. She wants to see what Hitchcock has to say.
Okay.
So, is that doesn't bother you at all?
Not anymore.
It doesn't? Even the rapid popping ones?
Mm-mm.
Oh, that's good. SARS was a few years back. Yeah,
Yeah.
I knew that. Anyway,
SARS.
so it said,
SARR.
coronavirus SARS. She's like, it's right there on the paperwork. And I was like, oh. So then it's like, well, did it leak out of a lab in Wuhan?
Well, no. Well,
Is that still
COVID-19,
possible?
like they said, it's a strain, but it's the actual corona virus has been there for a while.
Okay.
For a long time.
Well, there you go. I feel like I'm like super educated now. You know what I mean? He's retired. We're gonna do it though.
We're almost there, people.
And then what will happen is I'll take my makeup off. I'll watch Blackhead videos. He'll look at baseball cards on eBay. We'll snuggle up until we fall asleep doing those. And I'll make him look if it's a particularly gruesome one.
Do you guys ever see the filters they put on those blackhead videos, they put filters on
They've
it.
started photoshopping it.
Yeah,
really
it
bad.
just can't be. What I like, okay, so
He likes the one where they do the nose and they kind of
you know, when they
slide
squinch the nose and I also like when they put the little bamboo things on there and suck out everything.
See, you know it's love when you do that. Those of you who would do that with your spouse, you know they are your soulmate. Yeah, love blackhead. I do.
Right, but
it's
but I only
relaxing
like
to
the
me.
certain ones. Like I don't understand why. Like
8
they get a just pizza face, right? And you see all the ones, but they don't get all the good ones. It's like they just beat around the bush. But with the nose, when they're all over the nose, you could just do this with the nose, and they come out like little squiggly worms.
Preston
That's
said,
satisfying.
What happened? What's going on? I didn't see anything. Hopefully we're still streaming. Yeah, I know. That's what I show him those when that one pops up. Sean, did you get my engagement ring from Finger Hut?
No, I got it from Spencer Gifts. It was Spencer Gifts.
It was like, is Finger Hut still around? By the way, have you ever gotten a diamond ring from Finger Hut?
No, Finger Hut. Finger Hut is like the worst because they
He doesn't
send you
even
these
see.
catalogs.
He doesn't have any idea what I'm talking about.
I've heard someone probably suggested that, right?
Yeah, well, then that's where my ring's from.
Oh.
They
Well,
don't have diamonds. Last I checked, when I ordered from them, I ordered a daybed and I paid for it for 3 years.
that's what I'm talking about. So, like a PlayStation 4, I don't even think they sell them. So, a PlayStation 5, you can buy a PlayStation 5 for it's like $800.
Mm-hmm.
But if you get it on Finger Hut, it's like a monthly payment of like $50, but it's for like 3 years. So you end up paying like $3,000 for the same thing. That if you just save the $800 and just buy it's like rent to own.
Your chicken coop people weren't there, by the way. They were closed, I guess. For
Oh, did you go by there?
No,
So
I called.
yeah, but
I called the number on.
and they said they have nothing to do with the.
No, the invoice has a phone number.
Mhm.
They weren't open today. I
Okay.
called them and the recording said they weren't open today. But I'm gonna square your chicken coop away.
I want a chicken coop.
He
I
wants
want
a
to start.
chicken coop.
So we're gonna put the coop out there. We got to figure out how to enclose around the coop because there's a lot of critters. So we have to figure out the fencing, and then yeah, I think it's a good idea. I think we could put like a camera on it, and
Yeah, I'm
Watch it.
excited. I'm excited. I
y'all seem to want to see the chickens,
think that we'll have a good.
especially the chickens that they're little tiny. We're gonna raise them up into big chickens.
We're getting close to New Year's, you
I
guys.
know. I gotta take a bath. My fingernails are like
Are dirty.
they're dirty. I noticed that in the screen. I was like, man, I'm gonna clean my fingernails. I do. I'm like, oh, it's gross.
Oh, you cracked me
But I
up.
worked today, so and then I
He's
came
a-
right home, and
He's a rancher, y'all.
yes, I'm trying to be a chicken farmer.
He's the
But
one that does the
so I
artificial
work today, and then I
insemination
come
with
home
the
right in
cattle.
the middle of the Alabama-Cincinnati game. So Mandy has yet to have her husband home.
Oh, that's sweet
know,
to say,
'cause
but I have.
But I came home during the middle of the Alabama game, and then the Georgia game started, and she made like this ravioli stuff and
It was nasty.
Tombstone pizza, and I watched the game, and then before the fourth quarter started, I went to the store so that we didn't have to do it later because it's going to get crazy when people leave the New Year's Eve parties and stuff. And then when I got home, we sat down and we did the live stream. So really,
GG.
until we actually snuggle in later, then you'll get me back.
Yeah,
I'll be
Presley,
back.
what do you mean? Presley said what happened. Kind of wish Bama lost.
A lot of people wish Bama lost, but
I think I think Georgia's gonna beat him this time. I really, really do. We only have
It
4
was-
minutes left till midnight.
it was very, very hard to tell how Alabama plays because Cincinnati's pretty good.
Hey, Vince.
Georgia came out and played well because Michigan's not a bad team. They're a really good team, and Georgia really whooped that ass.
So what it is it was a toasted ravioli that you bake. It was by Bertolli. You bake it, and then you put meat sauce on it or marinara, whatever you want. And it wasn't, cheap, but it wasn't expensive. But I'll be damned if those weren't just some pizza rolls that came out of the oven.
It
It was crusted. They're like, so now pizza rolls are actually crusted ravioli. So
Do we have?
He
some
liked
people
it.
came in- Some people came in. They're saying hey to each other.
I don't know who Amy is.
And Vince, who's Vince?
Vince has been in before.
Hey.
But I'm not sure who Amy is. Have no idea who Amy is. Is there an Amy in here?
Well,
Megan said hi.
Alfred
and then
Hitchcock didn't hang out. They took off, didn't they? That's good.
I
She said they got a movie to make
Nope.
and that we're a bunch of clowns.
Yeah, that's another term I get called a lot, a clown. I guess it's the red lipstick. I don't know.
Only by that
I
particular
wouldn't be
group.
wearing it so much if I didn't have red fingernails.
get it.
I try to coordinate my lipstick with my fingernails. It's just a thing I do. The picture disappeared and came back. Oh, okay. All right. It might have buffered us. We are actually carrying a pretty strong signal,
Yeah.
considering that there's storms. Remember how bad it was when, yeah, I can't see Amy either. I don't know who Amy is. How bad it was when we first started. So that's why we didn't stream forever, because it's the same router though, but they upgraded it.
And then when we got Windstream, they said it wasn't very strong, so I had my doubts. But we tried it.
Yeah.
Tammy Sims, hey, Sean and Mandy, Happy New Year. I guess it's about time, isn't it?
Hey, Happy New Year's, is it 2 minutes? Am I early? Just bought a new red lipstick this past week. You look good in it, Mandy. Thank you. I remember I put some red lipstick on when I was in junior high. I wasn't supposed to wear lipstick, but I put it on because there was a sample or something. I remember my sister saying, you know what? She actually wears red lipstick pretty well. I
sister
still
said
remember
that,
that.
like, a long
yeah,
time ago?
I still remember that. And it is a thing that I found out that some people can wear it and some people can't. MFW actually doesn't look so good in it because it's something about the color hue.
Yeah, you've always pulled it off. You do. Even when we were like, I remember, when before we were a thing, you'd be on here and there, but you didn't cam up that much.
Yeah, kiss him with those.
But yeah, I mean.
Alfred Hitchcock says, kiss him with those big old lips.
That's what she said.
That's what Alfred Hitchcock said. We have another, how many more seconds do we have? And then it said, yuck. Alfred Hitchcock, are you like young or are you like, thank you, Street Mom. Are you, because I'm just curious. And they don't like us, but then they, I hope Georgia beats the shit out of Alabama.
Thank you. Who said that?
Always wear red lipstick. Oh, Tammy Sims did. Always wear red lipstick, light skin and dark hair always look good. Okay, there we go. We have the thing, and it's going to be midnight. I've heard that's who it is, but I have no idea. When it turns midnight, I'll give him a kiss just so Alfred Hitchcock will. Or is that super weird? Is that
Or they're doing it so we get struck.
You can get struck for kissing?
I don't know.
You can.
See.
You're right about that.
50
It's
seconds
midnight.
to the new year.
No, it is. Isn't it?
Oh, there goes the
They're
big
setting
one.
it off,
They're
so-
setting it off here. So happy New
Happy
Year, everybody.
guys.
There it goes.
We
It's
finally
rolling
did
across.
it.
Hey.
Oh, that's cool. I'm glad we did this. Happy New
So
Year.
you're awake now. You were, well, sort of.
Well, I had started to wind down while you were. They were obviously
Yeah.
gonna win, so I went and laid down, and all the animals laid with me. And then you start to wind down.
Thank you, Janine.
Yes, thank you. Happy New Year. You're right though. If you kiss on camera, you can get.
I think that's what they were trying to set you up for.
You can actually lose your channel right then.
Yeah, I think theirs was a setup.
Aw, Alfred, I'm
so
sorry.
smart.
You know what I might do, Alfred? Let me go ahead and wrench you, give you a mod so you can make our channel hell. Because we do stuff like that. And I have another out. Oh, yes, some people haven't had it yet. So those of you who haven't had it yet, it's
Happy New
great.
Year,
wait
Photo
till you
Queen. Happy
wait till
New
you
Year.
get there. It's everything you dreamed it would be. And Pizza Hut is trying to send you pizza. He's like, oh shit, no. They're sending a coupon.
Oh.
They sent a coupon.
So Sin says another 2 hours here. So yeah, so East Coast, we're the first. So like New York, if you were watching TV, like, the ball dropped in New York. But like out in LA, it's only 9 o'clock.
Okay. That makes sense. By the way, I was laughing at when I put the little disco ball on our little advertisement that said we were going live when I changed the time or whatever. And it has like a hanging ball. And it made me laugh because of something that was said earlier that's not true, but it was said by somebody else, the whole tripping over balls thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, he does. It's not funny. He does it right after he shits his drawers and
See, like, Photo Queen just, let's see, it's about a 10-second delay now.
oh, is there a little bit of a delay? Yeah, let it go.
Janice
Hopefully your
says,
headache's gone.
Alfred
Oh my
Hitchcock,
God.
who hacked your channel now?
We got the master hacker right here, right? He's not very good at hacking. He doesn't even know how to pin messages. I'm pretty sure he's not breaking into channels.
I mean, as long as I've been around YouTube and on YouTube, you would have thought that I would at least know how to do. I mean, I can barely go live.
Was that?
And she's like, can you set that up and
All
this and
good,
that? And
good.
I'm like, no, I can't set nothing up. I'm like, we should have panels. Well, and she's like, no.
I
And
know
she
how
knows
to
why.
do it, but
Well, because we would need like a laptop and stuff.
yeah,
right?
you can do it where you have one laptop running the stream and then you join your own stream with your phone and then one's just a dummy screen. Panels is when people porn bomb and stuff. You think it's one person, but you let them in through the back door, through backstage, and they've got, and if you, this is how they do it. So when you get porn bombed, right, they've got so many people standing by to flag the video for sexual content. So when they turn it on and they're showing porn on the thing, they all flag it at the same time.
Oh.
So when YouTube goes over to it, even if you try to turn it off or private it or delete it or whatever, YouTube sees it right then, and your channel is gone.
Oh, so
No
that's
ifs,
why
ands, or
people try
buts,
to do it.
your channel is gone.
Wow, that's messed up. Hey, is Negs back? Did he get his channel back at all? I heard that he was back somehow.
I don't know. Did Katie get hers back? I haven't seen her.
I don't think hers would have been back, but
But
somebody.
I mean, I haven't seen. I assume she didn't.
No, I don't think she has hers back.
What I've been told is all of these people lost it. It had nothing to do with anything other than they filed too many copyright strikes. And when you do that, YouTube will take you down. Fair use, unfortunately, really does cover just about everything. We can say we own this, but we don't.
Janice says, sorry for stirring the pot. That's okay.
Oh no, I'm okay.
Yeah.
We have fun. We have been really good tonight.
Yeah, it was touch and go for a little while. I was like, hang on, baby, hang on.
Well,
hang
no,
on.
I would, and part of it, I kept wanting to veer into like, not placeholder drama, but just drama in general. And I was like,
So,
let's not. And all of you people that
hey,
are saying,
Megan, Happy New Year.
all of you everybody that's saying you're going to love everybody in 2022 and it's going to usher in a new year and you're going to let go of all of the anger that you have for other people on YouTube. Shut the hell up. Tam's saying it, the placeholder saying it.
Everyone's forgiving
You're going to be
everybody.
the same asshole you were today. As a matter of fact, I'm still an asshole and we're after midnight.
I think it was we did it in 2017 and 2018.
Right,
the 2
O'Hare?
years before that we got together, and maybe 2019 before we got together.
Dang,
And remember, the community, always says that they're gonna be better, and they're not gonna have any more drama, and it lasts for about 3 weeks, and then about the last week of January, the first week of February, everyone's back to just messing with people.
And then the other thing is, this is the adult version of running away from home. When you say you are leaving YouTube, you are gone, because you have a moment, you know you'll be back. Everyone knows you'll be back. And this is everyone. Randy's done it at one time. Everybody's done it. I did it with my old channel. You're going to be back. And you're going to look silly.
Back.
So don't say that, because you're going to look dumb when you come
But
back.
now it's okay to say, I got to take a break, and I'll be back when I get back, because everybody knows that's what it is. Is Blake Shelton on TV or something? They're saying, is he playing in New York or something?
I like him.
Because somebody said, are you watching Blake Shelton? And Presley said yes.
We're about to turn over to that. We literally have animals that do not care that hell is breaking loose outside. Look,
There's Country Woman. Now, Country Woman says, well, you two need to stop the drama. We're trying.
we're really trying. Actually, Country Woman drives me crazy. I see her over in the anyways, we'll wait to see what you
Let It
have
Go
to
said,
say.
now is that the bad Country Woman?
I mean,
I
I
don't know,
don't
there's
know.
a couple of them.
There's a couple of them, and I don't know if it's, no, you're not about, uh, well, we're gonna let you, we're gonna hear what you have to say, and then we're gonna decide, cause we're gonna whack you with a wrench. Go ahead, get rid of the country woman. Block country woman.
You gotta, yeah, country woman is.
I don't mess with people that mess with the beast on a regular basis. Oh, there's a country lady in it. This one though is the one that I've seen in the other thing. So, no harm, no foul. You gots to go.
You know what, if we won Powerball, there's two places that we would have to buy. First, Blake Shelton was selling his
Thank you.
Oklahoma ranch. I think he sold it already. We could buy that one, and then we could buy the Rocks property in Marietta. I mean, if we had that kind of money, we could own
Then
both.
let's do it. Let's do it.
The
Say
Rocks
goodbye to
got
countrymen.
got a $7.5 million like estate out there in Marietta. That's if we win Powerball, and it's. I mean, we have a pretty good chance of winning it.
You just doxed who my
It's-
boss was. It's The Rock.
Oh God, she works for the Rock. Or his mama actually. But
They're gonna be calling.
I know.
She's
But,
HIPAA violation. It's The Rock's mama.
But if the property is for sale for 7.5 million, so if we e-bag enough, can you guys send us 7.5 million, then we'll buy the property? How's that?
We could do a GoFundMe.
We'll do a GoFundMe.
I wonder what's the most money that's ever been raised on a GoFundMe.
That's a pretty good one.
I wonder. But yeah, so back to the thing. Everybody's going to be the same asshole tomorrow that they were today. And we would be in the Sunshine and Roses community if it wasn't about drama. I can't help who's been married to who, whatever. If it's drama, it's drama. And that's why we're all here. But I don't want to fuel anything. I don't like to feed the beast. But it's drama is drama, right?
Drama is drama.
Drama is drama. That's why we're here.
Ellie!
We pulled it out of the.
We did.
We pulled it out
We
of the
made
shitter.
it.
We were falling asleep.
It's 10
We
minutes
pulled it out of
past
the shitter.
midnight. And the thing about that is when I was at work and I saw the text and or the tweet where you're like, we're going live tonight, and then she texted me afterwards and said, we have to go live now.
I said it's Twitter official, and I don't like it when people don't. Terry Bradshaw. I don't like it when people can't trust that we're going live because I open my mouth and then we don't do it. But we're getting into the hang of doing it now, so it's becoming a normal. America's Food GoFundMe raised 44 million people. Oh, to help with foods insecurity
Wow.
from COVID. Wow, that's a lot.
They raised $44 million, not people, but $44 million to help people.
I skipped the. Didn't I say?
You
Did I
said they
skip a
raised
word?
40,
I meant
you went,
I
they
was
raised
skimming
44
over.
million people.
Well, maybe they did raise 44 million
Maybe.
people. If they each give $1.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that is awesome. You ready to go?
You want to go to bed?
Oh
Take her to bed,
so we
guys.
can watch Black.
Fireworks, so you think there's fireworks are going off now. They haven't started yet. I'm talking up my ego, and I'm about 5 minutes from now, I'll be she'll look over and go, all right, and I'll be snoring, and then she'll go, all right, I'm gonna watch Blackheads.
Isn't that what it's all about when we are doing that, and
Talking
laying
big.
down, and no, I mean that.
Yeah,
that's
it
obvious.
is true, that is
But
right.
that's what it's all about. And you guys that are in a solid relationship have been in one, God forbid,
Right.
you've lost them to death or something. You know that what it's all about is when you're having a silly conversation, doing your own thing.
My day
and
begins waking up next to her, and I love my job. I love what's going on in my life, but one of the big motivations in my day is at the end of the day, I get to crawl into bed next to her. And I mean, I didn't have that in my last relationship. There was
There you go.
there was snuggling and anything like that. I
Oh,
mean,
you're gonna make.
I'll crawl into bed, and at some point she'll crawl into bed, and that's what it's all about.
What are next orders, Sean? What are next orders, Sean? And laughing. Did you say that?
What?
Next orders? I don't understand. Did he say something silly? They're still talking to Hitchcock. Where in the hell is Hitchcock?
We blocked Hitchcock.
It says, man, Hitchcock will be. Oh, I get it. I gotcha. You're calling it for who it is. I heard it's Classic and her sharing the account. That's what I heard. But we are going to go ahead and let you go. Right?
Yeah, that's right, Whiplash, but that's what it's all about, yes. And I mean, and it's,
Eat your corned beef and
we
cabbage.
think it's an excuse sometimes. It's like, well, I just want to lay here. It's like, well, and one of us will be like, well, I don't. And then so, but a lot of the times we just go to sleep.
It is, yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable, like, when you're with someone that it works. Not the mechanics of it, but, like, doing what a healthy relationship does.
Yeah.
And then not saying, well, it's been.
And the cool thing is tomorrow morning is the one morning that neither of us have to get up and go to work.
Yeah.
So we can lay there as long as we want.
I do find, though, that when you do actually get to sleep in a little bit, you're actually more tired.
Well, yeah.
And it's okay.
I mean,
I love it because we're together, but you end up craving more.
I'm gonna be wide awake at about 6 for a second.
He says that. He's not
for
gonna
for a
come.
second, and then I'll be wide awake again at 8.
Happy New Year, Presley, to you too. Thank you, Karen. We sometimes we can be cute, and sometimes we can be vulgar, and sometimes we can be assholes.
Yes, but you're tired. You were
I am
tired during the
tired.
stream. Then you pushed through, and then we were good, and now we're tired again.
Well, used to, like, if we weren't vibing because we were tired or whatever, I was worried, like, oh my God, they're gonna say we don't like each other, and then I was like, well, but that's not true, so why
Right.
worry about it?
Well, what you used to be worried about a lot when you're tired, like this, is that you'd say that you know she's loopy,
Oh.
she relapsed, and no.
And that did, the first few times it bothered me when people said that. And then I was like, why does it bother me? And really I was like, it bothers me because sometimes I am so tired that it does look like that.
I've looked at some
We've
of our.
come a long way though.
Remember that first
Movie
video,
was a
the
big-
very first one we did when we were driving in the car. We both looked like we were both like.
I mean, I have anxiety and depression. Since we've moved here, it's been so much better. We live in a pretty easygoing existence. We do things with family. I miss the hell out of my family too. But for some reason, especially living in the country and not an apartment, even though it was nice to be hunkered down during COVID in that apartment, those are good memories. But being here and doing what I love to do for a living and kind of just having a peaceful existence has made a huge difference. So,
Let's go have a peaceful existence.
we're gonna go have a peaceful existence. Thank you guys for tuning in and bearing with us.
And
Y'all need to send us some ideas for content.
in 45 minutes, Presley will in Texas. Presley and Texas, they'll be saying Happy New Year. And then 2 hours after that, California will be saying Happy New Year.
You see
Yep.
how smart he is? That's why I keep him around.
Figured
When
it
you're
all
out,
out.
that's why life is good. Happy New Year. It's not so fun being hunkered down in an RV. But Karen, I tried when you first said you were gonna do it, you know, I was like, this is just a step in your journey and whatever. And then I was telling Sean about some of the things that have happened, and Sean was like, dude, it's gotta suck living in an RV, not having.
Well, I mean, if you're not down for it,
Yeah. I mean, Karen was
know.
cold the other day. There was no power, and I started getting worried about her. And then I'm like something out of a rescue show when she would drop off. I knew she was getting really cold. And I was like, keep talking to me. Don't go to
she's
sleep.
like,
Don't go
what
to
should
sleep.
we do? What should we do? I said, well, if they get really cold, they just go to a hotel.
Yeah, but I
You know,
mean,
but
like,
you know
she
what I'm
was
saying? It
stuck.
was-
Donnie
yeah.
went to go find a generator.
Yeah.
And she was stuck. So anyway, Happy New Year's, everyone.
Happy New Year's.
Hopefully, if we see you tomorrow, it'll be earlier in the day, or not. But we
I
should
was
be able
cold,
to
plus
make
I
it
was
on.
sick, yeah.
Happy New Year, Sin. That's just it. She was cold. I mean, she was taking her temperature, and her core temperature was dropping. That's how cold
Yeah.
she was. And at one point, it was 94 something. I was
Come here,
like,
Sawyer.
Karen,
You
you're
wanna say goodnight to everybody?
borderline hypothermia. And I kept saying, I'm
say
not
goodnight?
joking. Go snuggle down with your husband. That is what rangers and stuff do to save their lives, right?
Yep.
You get together and do whatever. And she thought I was like, no, get under a blanket with your man and your dogs, and you'll warm up. He's
Sawyer
like-
Brown is way past our bedtime.
He
Look,
said, I apparently couldn't play in the wires, so I found something else to do. Isn't he cute? I did. I told you not to. I was like, stay with me. Don't go to sleep. Because that's what they say when someone's in hypothermia. You're supposed to keep their brain going. Yeah, he was working. I remembered that, but I was like, I felt so helpless. I was like, well, what can you do? Like, that's when it's like, there's like nothing there's no money you can pay for it to get to, there's nothing. So I was just like, well, just talk to me and don't go to sleep.
Aw.
It was kind of like, Karen, did you kind of feel like, who was the one on Titanic? Jack and, what? I can't believe I forgot that Jack and who was the girl? Rose. Were you like Jack and Rose? No. What? She could have shared the door with them and they would have both lived in that movie.
It wasn't meant to be, though.
Well, we all cried at that movie. Okay, for reals, we're gonna go to bed. Thank you guys for being here with us, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.
Yay.
And
Hopefully.
yeah, that's it.
But if not
Look, we look like
tomorrow,
we're praying.
if not tomorrow night, then Sunday afternoon, sometime soon.
Yeah, we
All right.
enjoy it. Okay, thank you.
Happy New
Poodles on the
Year.
blankets. Bye. Have a good night, you guys.
Bye.